corruption in the country by youthful protesters that started a month ago has brought to prominence a new generation of young Kenyans. Wanjira Wanjiru, a grassroots activist and a co-founder of the Mathare Social Justice Centre, is one of the youth who have been at the forefront of the protests. She says the political class and security agencies misuse power. And as Emily Chebet reports, the young activists say it is not over until a better country is born for all Kenyans, free of corruption and one that offers equal opportunities for all.
When we lose our fear, they lose their power. And all sovereign power belongs to the people of Kenya.
These are the words of one of the many young Kenyans who have been on the streets for a month, agitating for better governance in the country. The Gen Z-led protests were made possible in more than 35 counties, mainly through the power of social media.
Stop killing us! Stop killing us!
Wanjira Wanjiru and like-minded youth have accused the political leaders of corruption and poor leadership that they say is taking a toll on the economy and its people.
The president is doing everything in his capability to take this country backwards. This is why we cannot afford to give him more time. He's not interested in fixing the country, in listening to our demands, in advancing our cause, in implementing the constitution. He's playing outside the constitution.
Hundreds of youth have been staging protests twice a week for a month. The Kenya National Commission on Human Rights put the number of those who died as at Tuesday, the 23rd of July, at 60. 601 have been injured and 66 abducted. 1,376 have been arrested. Despite all that, Wanjira leads a team at Mathare Social Justice Centre.
Tone deaf.
And police excesses during the protests is a key agenda.
Kenya has become a police state. That police can even come to your residential areas with tear gas and guns and water cannons. That young people are abducted in their homes, that I have to keep looking over my shoulders just in case someone is coming to abduct me. What is this?
Wanjira, whose background is in social organizing, is part of an emergent group of youthful, sensitized individuals from poor communities. In this case, Mathare. And their vision of the country is that Kenya cannot carry on this way. They say there must be change. The loss of lives during protests is viewed as unacceptable. And for these youth, though regrettable, it is not a deterrent.
We will not allow that their death be in vain. We will not allow their opposition to dance on their graves. We will not allow our country to ever go back to the realities that you cannot go out to protest for fear that a bullet might take your life.
On Thursday, police officers disrupted a march to the office of the president to demand justice for families of those killed during the protests and honor their memory. A number of them were arrested but have since been released. Activist Wanjira and other Gen Zs say intimidation will not deter them from calling for change and sobriety in the country.
55 families have lost their loved ones unnecessarily. So it is important that we come out and show this solidarity to our Kenyan patriots and honor them and demand that their lives are honored, that their families are compensated. It must not be business as usual.
Emily Chebet, Citizen TV.
And U.S. Secretary of State